Hey everybody, it's your pal Mike Zombie, and this week we're going to talk about Attack of the Vegan Zombies from 2010.
What happened?
Yeah, Vegan Zombies. That's right. Mick Pierce got this for me a while ago. I'm really thinking upwards of like 7 or 8 months ago. It's been in the stack. I really have a stack of movies I have to do. There's not much mystery as to what goes into this. The title pretty much is one of those films that gives it away. Vegan Zombies. The film takes place at a winery that's been on a horrible, unlucky streak. Something like 20 or 30 years, the way they make it seem. A very mediocre crop in wine production. It's gone from father to daughter, and the daughter and her husband are really struggling just to keep their head above water. The current crop they have is failing, and if the next year's crop fails, they're going to be $500,000 in the hole in debt and going to have to get rid of the winery. Or sell it or let it be developed or whatever. They don't really get too far into what they're going to have to do to it, but they're going to lose it. That much is clear. And the husband's like, fuck this. I've had enough. Well, I'm going to go do something else for a living. And the girl's like, no, because this isn't her family. Now, her mother, who is just kind of a bitch, is a witch. Hey, it rhymed. Nice. I really honestly didn't mean to do that. It is 4:33 in the morning. It is Thanksgiving morning, and I woke up at my desk at 2 because I fucking passed out last night. I don't know what I was doing, but I thought, hey, since I'm up, since I'm going to be starting cooking here in a few hours, I might as well finish watching this film. I started it the other day. I watched 45 minutes of it, and I was like, okay, this might be all right. And it left me about 40 minutes to watch this morning. And this is when everything made a turn for the worse. So the film itself, I think, has a 4.5-star rating on IMDb. I'm blown away by that. Really am. To me, this is maybe a 3-star film at best. It looks nice. Very nice scenery. I mean, wineries are beautiful. What's not to like about a nice winery? But I initially had problems with some of the acting because people were not really putting their all into it. Now, a few of these people, like Christine Egan, I think the star of this film, she was great. She seemed natural and comfortable even with lines that were really clumsy and boring. She kind of kept it together. You're going to see her do all kinds of stuff. And she doesn't have a picture on her IMDb, so I'm thinking this was her first film, or she's at the beginning of a long career that we're going to see. She was real natural. Everybody else in this film was really blah. The husband, doesn't matter what his name was, he was okay. The rest of the cast, I mean, it's a writing deal because these, for the most part, were not actors with an extended history of work. So what can I say? They're learning their craft. They're doing what they have to do. They were all pretty good, but the writing to me seemed to lack a little bit, a lot of extra explaining of obvious things. And they also wrote, the writer, I'm not sure who did it, so I'm not going to bomb this person, just would write definite statements in that would be unraveled minutes later, over and over and over. And was giving these people knowledge that they wouldn't have had, but they're just stating clearly, these are the facts, and you wouldn't know the facts. So why would you write this, and why would these people know? So the winery's doing shitty. The husband wants to give up. Now the owner, Dion, her mother's a witch, and though Dion has kind of shunned witchery all this time, she goes to her mother and says, help, my husband's going to leave. And the mother's like, good, fuck him, who cares? And she's like, I love this place. We love this place. Can you help us with the crops? And the witch mother says, oh, of course I can. I'm going to make a potion, but you need to bring me some of your husband's blood. So Dion goes back and just really gives the husband a once-over, horizontally, and scratches him all up and takes a blood sample from his chest. And listen, this is just a tip out there to the ladies. I don't mind getting a little rough, but if at the end of our little tryst, I look down and it looks like I've been attacked by a fucking Wolverine, guess what? Shallow grave, bitch, adios, because you are going to be fucking on the news on a milk carton. No. Okay? So, and this guy's laying there, in this bliss, he's all carved up like he's been attacked by a fucking puma. Fucking get it. And he's like sleeping. He's so happy. That kind of made me laugh. But it wasn't like done to be funny. It was done as the mechanism to get his blood out. So the mother makes this potion, and we don't really see how it gets put out, but we kind of leap to the next season, and holy shit, welcome to Grape Land, because these grapes are huge. The vines are just out of control, and the husband, who has no idea, he's walking around thinking, yeah, I'm kicking some ass. I'm finally the farmer I always wanted to be. Look at my crops. Weird things start to happen. These vines start to kind of move around a little bit. Now, here's where we introduce all the people that are going to die. There is a friend of theirs that's a botanist, and he's coming to do some kind of work, and he brings a couple of really poorly acted nerds with him, but they were tolerable little geeks that are there for extra credit. And look out, nurse, here comes the two hot chicks that are going to help pick grapes for $8.25 an hour or whatever it is. They're cute. They're really cute. So that was the most interesting part of the film. Are these girls going to accidentally fall into a pool, have a mud fight? I don't know what's going on. So they all show up, start to work, and the film kind of just becomes boring. At this point, as they're walking around testing things, the nerd guys realize that the soil samples are off the charts with something. Too much O2 and not enough gives a fuck, and a sprinkle and a dash of the shit that makes sense. And they're like, hey, something's crazy here. And the girls decide, oh my God, we better go sunbathing topless. And they don't show anything, which really sucks. But they do later. There's a weird lesbian scene later that was very brief, kind of interesting, but whatever. Usually I'm a big thumbs up guy for boobs, but this just, I don't know. I was so bummed out the film that I couldn't save it. And the vines seem to be running around. We see vines. I only say we see vines because we see what's like a vine man running around briefly, zooming by the camera. We never actually see it as a whole, but we see its parts. It starts attacking people and turning them into zombies. So people start to vanish, and the survivors are up in the house, and they're like, oh my God, the professor's gone. We've got to go find him. The wife, Dion, who did a good job. She was the shining beacon in this film. I really liked her performance. She's like, and this is where the writing comes in, she's like, no, you can't go out there. And the husband's like, no, you can't go outside. It's too dangerous. Well, why? They don't tell you. Well, because there's overactive vines out there, and, people have vanished, so we better stay in the house. Yes, and the witch is like, yeah, you can't leave. We cannot leave this house. And then, 5 minutes later, they're all walking around outside, okay, trying to find a way. Oh, great. The telephone lines have vines on them. The engines of our cars have vines in them, so we can't go anywhere. So the plants sabotage the place. And everybody's talking so definitely about what's going on. And it's revealed what the witch did. And the witch is just like, no, you can't go outside because the vines are after us now, and they want the wine. And they find, and they go out again. And these people, what cracked me up is these people, all the people that came to work there have no attachment to this place. No reason to be there aside from trying to make a quick buck. And like the owner goes, yeah, you can't leave. And they're like, well, why can't I leave? Well, because you can't, because you need to stay here because it's dangerous. Yeah, well, why should I stay here? Well, just because you need to stay here. And this argument goes on a bunch of times, and I would have been like, man, fuck you in the face. I'm getting in my car and leaving. I'm walking. I don't give a fuck. I'm out of here. But everybody's so willing to sit down and follow instructions from people they don't know, nor should they trust, because the fucking azaleas are trotting around biting people. So, like I said, all gets revealed. The witch mother just is making all these proclamations about why it seems the plants are trying to, they make zombies. Now, these zombies don't want to eat people. They want to drink their blood because these people drank the wine. See, the zombies, first and foremost, just want the wine. They want to eat the grapes. They want to drink the wine because it's got some kind of magical property to it. That's kind of where common sense jumped the fucking boat, because you're in a winery, you're at a vineyard, there are fucking hundreds of thousands of these grapes outside that the zombies could eat. There's vats and barrels of the wine that they could drink, which would be much easier if that's what they're trying to get. But for some reason, they want to attack the people because there's a slight trace of wine in their blood. So how inconvenient is that? You know what? It's like saying, instead of robbing Fort Knox, I'm going to dig up a grave that's 30 feet down just outside of Fort Knox because that motherfucker has a gold tooth in his mouth that I could get to. It's like, why would you go to that much work for such a tiny payoff when there's a shitload of what you want right next to you? So that made no sense. These people are fighting and running around when if the only attraction to the zombies to you is the slight trace of alcohol in your blood, guess what? Lock the fucking door and take a nap for fucking 8 hours. It's going to be out of your fucking system. You're going to piss it out. You'll be fine. They kind of just keep engaging these things. Instead of locking the fucking doors, taking a nap, guess what? In the morning, there'll be no reason for them to come to us. And they still attack people. They still bite them. It's to get to their blood. So it's not really vegan. I don't know. It'd be like biting a cow to get at some type of lettuce inside of it. So I kind of disagree with the title of vegan anyway. This movie really didn't make much sense. And it bugged me because the first 45 minutes, the whole setup seemed interesting. It was nice to watch. It was visually very pleasant. So I was really hoping for more. But at that magical 45-minute mark, this common sense just kind of went by the wayside. And I think that was a problem more with the writing, maybe with the directing. The acting was okay. I mean, especially Christine Egan. I think we're going to see her in a lot of stuff. Other than that, I don't know, on the Berninski scale of buy it, borrow it, or don't bother, this is a borrow. This is a low borrow. It really is. And I don't know. I didn't hate it, but I was really glad when those credits started to roll. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tired. Maybe I'm just thinking about all the cooking I got to do today. I really should take a quick shower, take a nap, and then get up and cook. We'll see. And I'm not Black Friday shopping. I don't give a shit. I'll Cyber Monday. I'll Cyber Monday. Anyways, you won't be hearing this until after Thanksgiving, but I hope you had a good one. I hope you had a safe Black Friday. And, well, if you listen to this a day it's released in 2 days, I'll see you online for Cyber Monday. I have no idea what I'm doing next week. I do have a Christmas-themed one coming up. I'm going to hold that and try to get that done around Christmas. So, Attack of the Vegan Zombies. I don't know. I think it's downloadable. That's from 2010. It might be on Netflix. All right, guys. Sorry this was kind of lackluster. It was a lackluster movie, and I'm real tired. So's the movie. All right.